Heather.
And I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you better your best. Debbie, we've talked before about the dartboard and how important it is, and it's the tool that's always in your car. It goes with you everywhere you go. I have mine at my house, right? So I'm able to, and we also have one in the lab, or two in the lab that we use all the time. So we pretty much have dartboards everywhere. We first kind of talked about how to use the dartboard from a breathe finish, but now it feels like there's some other things that could be really, really valuable to use the dartboard for that apply to many different sports.
True. I think probably I would maybe put it all under the title of the value of the back end. And it applies to, your throw, the motion, and it also applies to your goals both ways, and it will help you. Because often we set a goal of where we're going and what we want to do, but over the years we've talked about, the back end. The back end, what is it? It's the outside area. You're not going to do any worse than I'm going to hit that board. So the back end is hitting the board. Or it could be something a little more challenging if you've got some skill. You've got skill, so you can set a different one. But the value is that your system, it hears that, and it'll do whatever it can to get you in that range, and so you don't have to think about it anymore. For us, we're not going to shoot 80 or 90 today because we already set a back end that's less than that. Yeah. So.
The other thing is if it's not going really well today, then I know I still have room.
Correct. Yeah. Even if you have a rough start or whatever, you got that back end, you'll be all right. It's very valuable. Well, let's do the motion one first. So I'll outline, a typical scenario that we would do with athletes to help them define that back end. Okay, so if you look at the dartboard over there, you're going for the red in the middle. We don't play darts kind of like most people play darts. Always going for the red in the middle, and you got the little green tiny one around it. But what we're going to do this time, Judy, is we're going to use the outside red and green one, right? So it's the bigger one on the outside. That's our back end. So what's the goal? The goal is still the little tiny red in the middle. That's my point of aim. That's where I'm going. That's my intention, my focus of attention. Okay? We just put the back end in and see what happens. There you go. Okay, so very interesting. If you see those darts, what happens, I see this all the time, is when you put the back end in, it's kind of in here, and so the arrows or the darts or whatever might end up a little close to it. And so the reminder always is, you're going for the middle, you're going for the middle. So now we're going to take the inside red and green circle, not the smallest in the middle. You're still going for the smallest in the middle as your goal. I was in. That is awesome, because as you can see, the darts came into the back end that she set the inside circle. Okay, so now we'll challenge her a little bit more. We're going for the red in the middle, the tiny little round one, with the little green one around the outside. Okay, they're all good shots. They're all good throws. They're close. Okay, so usually with each of the athletes, from when we do this all the time, one of those circles will be better for them. Which was better for you?
The last one.
The last one. And occasionally the last one is because I think it helps people really narrow in their focus. But for some, that tiny little one is too restricting, so then they get tight and try to force it and all those other things. And we want to see that, because that might be exactly what they're doing in tournaments, And if they give themselves a little more room, for most people it's the middle range that gives them the best outcomes. And for you, that outside ring was too easy, and so it's not challenging you enough. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Gotta narrow the focus a little bit.
Yeah, and so that tells you exactly what you probably want to do when you go to tournaments.
Yeah. What do you want to ask for?
If
you ask for it, it's sort of like the myth of aim small, miss small. For some people, that's really not going to work.
No. It's, as long as you're standing back there saying, I can do that, you got a good chance. Now, we can apply it easily to goals. you know, in terms of, okay, if I assign points, 5 for the little red, 4 for the little green, and then 3 for the inside circle, 2, 1, and -1 if they miss the whole board, then they can set a goal for, you know, they've or thrown a couple, so they know. They can set a goal, and I'm going for 3, 6, 9. 9 would be the inside circle. That'd be a good one for you. Okay, you could even go for 8 if you put maybe, go for 10 if you put 8 as the back end, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so once you have that range, that room, you're good to go.
Yep. Better your best.